4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, Ryan here, bringing on stock of commentary. This is going to be the winner's match of Group B in round 32 in the Nate MSL. We're going to have Kwanro up against Hwasin playing on Odd Eye. We're going to have Kwanro at the 5 o'clock position in the bottom right as the brown zerg with his brown hair and his intense look of victorious stuff. And we're going to have Hwasin at the upper left in position 11 o'clock as the white terran in his blue and red and white weird polo shirt thingy. Note what's going on. Sending out an early SCV from what I saw, I believe. Oh yeah, that was a definite early SCV being sent out. Don't know whether that's whether Hwasin's going to go for something funky or looks like an 8-Rax is coming in. He's going to try to go for some sort of quick-ass rush. This is a 2-player map, of course, so you are going to know your opponent's position right off the bat. Don't know if this is actually what Hwasin should be doing. Odd Eye looks like a, Terran favored map already, at least in some ways. So I'm really not sure whether this is necessary. So he is going to go for an early Rax, so probably going for a bunker rush to get things going right away. And Kwanro, if he's going for a 12 hedge, this could be fairly successful. Hopefully Kwanro is going to be going for something a little bit more aggressive, as is his usual style. But lately, Kwanro does occasionally go for more economy-heavy builds. He's sending out a drone. No! 12. Yeah, it's going to be a 12 hedge coming down from Kwanro, so he's going to be in early trouble. Those Marines are going to be knocking on his front door fairly soon. The Overlord passes by Hwasin's position, and that's not going to get spotted. So one single Rax is going to be able to do quite a bit of damage if Hwasin pulled this off correctly. Kwanro not sending out any sort of scouting drone, now going to get his extractor up before pool. Man, oh man, he's laying in thick on the economy side, while Hwasin now going to send in a CV, spot the 12 hatch and thinking, oh yes, my win, hello. 12 hatch are going to get spotted, their Overlord going to run in, and I don't think Kwanro has any idea this is coming up. Now going to put down his spawning pool so late. Marines are going to be imminent any second, and we're going to see whether Hwasin sends out his first Marine to try to do some damage, or whether he actually waits, builds up a small force, sending out another SCV just to assist in what's going to be the coming onslaught. 2 Marines ready, 3. We're going to see whether he pushes out with 3 or 4. But I definitely think once he reaches 3 or 4, he's going to start pushing out, going to start attacking his natural expansion. There's an Overlord floating around there waiting for something. Is going to spot that SCV, start building the bunker. There are going to be Marines running south just as is happening. Kwanro just now pulling off a lot of drones off the line. Some will actually get blocked. Only, I think, 3 or 4 drones will be pulled off the line. Marines coming down right now. I think the bunker is going to be built in time. Man, 3 drones only being pulled off the line. 4 drones, they're not going to be able to do anything. 5, 6, 7, there you go. 8 drones be pulled off the line, but there are Marines in that bunker. That hatchery is going to come up. Those drones are going to be able to mine, but there is going to be a sunken colony coming up right now. We're going to see whether the SCVs actually managed to prevent that or not. One sunken colony, I think, actually will be able to come down. Some Marines actually being pulled out of the bunker, try to kill some of these drones. Drones actually moving past the bunker, out of sight. We're going to see what he's going to do with those drones. One sunken colony might actually come up. Zerglings are now on the way. No, okay, drones just waiting. Oh, man. Kwanro actually thinking of going for a pincer with drones and Zerglings. That sunken colony is going to get canceled. Not going to have enough time to come up. Marines are going to be inside the bunker. More Marines are on the way. In factory now coming up for Hwasin. So he's going to follow this up with some vulture play. Drones, meanwhile, just waiting, not mining at all. Zerglings also waiting for an opportunity. We're going to see whether there is going to be indeed a drone Zergling pincer attack on that bunker. It is going to indeed go for it. Drones on the north side, and Zerg is on the bottom. Marines not even going to be able to get out of that bunker. So he's not going to be able to repair. The bunker is going to go down no matter what happens. Those Marines are also going to get slaughtered in moments. So overall, that rush not doing that much damage, but definitely preventing a whole lot of mining. So Kwanro in definite trouble, and not with a lot of defenses. Only 4 drones mining at the main, and only 4 drones in the natural. 1 drone apparently getting ready to put down yet another creep colony. The barracks is going to get floated up, and no defenses at the moment at Hwasin's main. I don't even think his factory is producing anything. There are 2 Marines running towards that ramp, and an SCV scout coming out just to spy the position. There is going to be 1 creep colony still sitting there bleeding badly, and 1 sunken colony going to come down just in case Hwasin decides to push it. Kwanro just being defensive here, because he needs time to rebuild his drone line. He is exactly doing that, getting more drones up, because he knows he lost a lot of mining there. He has to take advantage of the fact that he has 2 bases. 1 SCV is going to pull through, not going to manage to get inside of the main. There's now a vulture inside of Hwasin's base alongside 3 Marines to help him defend, and that Rax, I think, is actually floating back towards, I think that's, no, Rax actually floating towards Kwanro's base, thinking of catching Kwanro off guard. Lair already on the way for him, though. I'm going to see whether he follows up with some Muta play, or whether he decides to go for 2 base lurkers to follow this up, try to catch Hwasin off guard with those. There's a second command center coming up for Hwasin. He did do some damage, but didn't actually kill that many drones. He only prevented mining. If he had actually gone ahead, maybe pulled 2 of those Marines off and just massacred those drones that were waiting at the north, this attack would have actually ended up being a lot more positive for him, because no matter what, he was going to lose all of his forces. There's a Hydrogen coming down now, so this is most likely going to be a Lurker tech. Rax floating off and getting that scouting information. Not going to float towards the natural. We're going to see whether it spots the Hydrogen there. If he does so, then Hwasin going to be react pretty well. He does have this machine shop up. This is turning out to be a mech build for him here. Second factory on the way. And that barracks is going to indeed spot the Hydrogen. Is going to expect Lurkers, but it is actually a Spire at the west side of it. Natural expansion. We're going to see whether Rax spots that as well. Spire. Wonder what the Spire is for actual mutas, or just whether he's going to go for a muta Lurker build off 2 bases. Armor in the opposite side for Hwasin. So he's going to be getting some upgrades up, some Goliaths up as well. So he might have actually spotted that Spire. Mines being pulled up everywhere. So if this is indeed a ground army for Kwanro, he might be in a little bit of trouble. Still feel that Hwasin, I'm not really sure who is behind. There was a lot of mining stop for Kwanro, as I mentioned already. But Hwasin didn't really do the damage he wanted. He sacrificed some of his own econ just by going for that 8 Rax. Just definitely suffered a little bit. Now he's going to put down his natural expansion, so he is going to try to catch up. He has plenty of saturation in his main. He's going to be able to pull a bunch of SCVs off. Mining all over the place, so it is going to give him scouting information for any sort of troop movement that Quanro's going to do. Hydras on the field are going to force that floating Rax up. Not sure whether Hwasin actually spotted that Spire or not, whether the armory was for Goliaths or not. Might be just getting some Goliaths out in the field. I'm not seeing any upgrades coming up yet. I'm not quite sure whether he's going for that for upgrades or whether just get some scouting. Vultures microing against those Hydras, doing a pretty good job. One Vulture actually backing off, almost gets taken out. Now his Hydras died. Now Zerg's going to pull off, and Vulture's going to have a field day against those unless Hwasin doesn't micro them, that is. Patrol micro for the win. See, Kwanro still has those bleeding buildings that are slowly regenerating, very slowly. And now we're going to see whether it is indeed. He just has Hydras in the field, because his Vultures in play. He's not going to go for Lurkers. Mines just being cleared by some random Zergans running around. There is a drone also coming out. Going to go try to take a third, and there are Mutalisks in play, so I hope, yeah, there is indeed Goliaths. Now he's just going to need Charon boosters to help him augment this missile turrets on the way. We're going to see whether, I think with the Goliaths, they are going to be in time. Goliaths, not very maneuverable units, but when the main and natural expansion that close to each other, it's not as big a problem, although still there is quite a bit of space to run in between. There are upgrades coming up for him, and a supply depot. Still don't see an academy. Still don't see an academy for him yet to get those scans going. There's also Marines alongside that turret waiting to take out those mutas, not really doing that much damage. I think they managed to take out one single SCV, but not in a large enough clump to go around and do a crap load of damage. Quanro going to take his third, the lower left-hand position, quite a bit far off, but I believe easier to defend than that 3 o'clock. Goliath's now going to force those mutas back. Oh, not quite managing to kill any, but Charon boosters are now, I was told by a dedicated subscriber and Ranchino file that it is indeed Charon.